What inspired me to pursue the FAIT Fellowship program was the endless amount of opportunities it lended me as an IT professional. Obviously, the two internships come in mind, the one domestic, working in DC, um, and working the one overseas that they also provide. The domestic one in DC is more kind of application development based. It's more of kind of working on software as opposed to the overseas internship where you're really working hands on the ground. You're really putting in the work, and you're really putting your time into kind of providing support and feedback to the diplomatic mission. So first and foremost, that overseas internship really made me understand how valuable it is to just reach out for help in terms of, when we go overseas. I graduated with my master's. I felt like I knew everything when it comes to the world of IT, but when you're really on the ground and really in the field, having some help and in terms of the IMOs and the mentors that were here, especially in the FAIT Fellowship program. There's so many mentors that help guide me to my domestic tour as well as my overseas internship. So the endless amount of opportunities, seminars that create professional growth as well as personal growth. I advise to start early and often. So before the application cycle starts, to make sure you have your materials ready and to have, close family or close peers to help you peer review your application materials before sending it out. And when it comes to the selection process, just be yourself. I know it's really heavy in terms of multiple interviews and maybe assessments and proctoring tests, but when it comes to the selection process, you put your best foot forward out there, you'll come out with the best results. So just be yourself. A typical week for my domestic internship at DC, funny enough, we were the COVID cohort, so most of our work was done virtually, but it was still the same. Duties and tasks were still handled the same. Work life was still kind of normal, and we would have daily stand-up meetings on Google Meet, one in the morning and then one in late afternoon before we log off, and then it would be continued support. So I worked for the Cloud Program Management Office in DC, so we would continue to kind of be in presentations as well as supporting our clients and getting their feedback for our applications when developing and testing them, as well as troubleshooting and trying to get more feedback in terms of what we can do to provide a better application in that process. So my overseas internship was in Singapore. It was an amazing experience, and the most memorable one in regards to work in the IT field over there in the embassy was kind of setting up and planning the events from a communication and network connectivity stance. So the Pelosi Codel was held in Singapore. It was a more smaller and tightly knit gathering for that Codel, but gathering everybody in the information system center and preparing for that event and make sure all the devices were connected and make sure everybody had support given if something failed. That was a memorable experience, and it was fun. It has affected both professionally and personally very well. I feel like they go hand in hand when it comes to talking about both, so I can't really separate them. Professionally, like I said, the two internships that they provide, one domestic and one overseas. And really stepping overseas for me was a huge thing because in an IT sense, I'm so used to working domestically and working with others that I just know. I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I haven't been to anywhere past Singapore before. So working with new people, working with, different people in different organizations and agencies, getting new contacts, and really kind of expressing myself and really kind of getting hands-on with new tools and IT, as well as working with new management styles. So I feel like it goes hand in hand, and it really made me a better professional as well as a better person. So my first post will be Prague, Czech Republic, and I'm very excited because it'll also be my first time in Europe ever. So getting to kind of experience my first post like that I'm very excited for it. I can't wait to meet the new staff and people I'll be working with, as well as all the organizations that I'll be tapped into supporting and providing any services to, as well as being proud to serve my country first and foremost. I'm looking forward to learning and growing first and foremost, as well as creating new memories with people that I met at Post, and really trying to do my best in terms of not only coming to a post and receiving it well, but leaving it in a better spot and furthering diplomatic missions. So when thinking about applying for FAIT, don't think, just apply. It's a phenomenal program. It's a no-brainer. Just do it. You lose nothing when you just apply.